Hey YouTube, it's SoulPrime13 with another video review. Today we're going to be looking at the Studio Series Transformers 1 b127 / Bumblebee. As I bump the camera, my bad. And we'll take a quick look at the box first. Here we have his Cybertronian car mode. There we got Bumblebee. We got all our logos here. There we got a nice mug shot there. He's got the big glowy blue eyes. And we got some more wraparound of that art there. And just legal jargon on the bottom. Logos on the top. And on the back we have our product shots. There is the robot mode, the vehicle mode, and a little screenshot. And our little bio there. But that's about it for the box. And of course he does come with his lovely instruction booklet. So there's that. And moving on to the figure itself, he is done in a sort of darker metallic yellow. Got some blue for what is essentially the headlights there. Has a small backpack, but it does feel like it would normally be there. It's pretty flush. It's, you know, decently flat. Do get some nice gunmetal details throughout the body there, and it's got pretty big stompers. And yeah. Overall, a decent looking robot mode. We get a little closer here. He does have his face done up in silver with some bright blue eyes. Looking a bit stoic there, but overall does look nice. And we'll do a couple of size comparisons here. There he is with the Prime Changer. It's actually a little bit shorter. Here he is next to Deluxe Animated Bumblebee. So there is that. And of course we got to get him in with our other Studio Series main cast members. So there is that. And as far as accessories go, he gets the big blaster rifle that a lot of the enemy drones had. And you can just plug that into his hand for some pow-pow action. There is a little port here, but I don't really think that will fit with any particular blast effects because of the way they're shaped, because yeah, it's bigger than the end of the barrel. Actually, let's see if I can dig them out. I think there might actually be one particular kind that might fit. The ones that came with the little exosuit might work. I see it there at the bottom. It just keeps escaping. Come here, darn it. Oh, never mind. That won't work. I thought it might work because these are smaller, but they're innie, not an outie. So yeah, there is a port there, but not really anything that can plug into it. So that's kind of weird. Anyway, throw all my little blast effects back in the bucket I keep them in. Anyhoozle. Stand back up. You can also store this on the back in robot mode, because there's a post here that'll plug into his booty hole. He's got a gluteus blasterus butt gun. He also does come with his traditional hand cannons, which you can just plug these over his hands like so. And he does come with one for each hand. And thankfully they are properly mirrored. And he also does get the knife hands. They come separate, but they really don't plug in anywhere aside from on these guns. It would be cool if you could plug them in onto his actual like hand somewhere, like they do in the movie, because they come out from like the back of his wrist, like sort of Wolverine claw kind of thing, but they only plug in here onto the end of the blaster barrel. So, but you can do the blam blam stab stab, slice up some drones. I wonder if we're gonna get one of those seeker what are they called again? Shadow Strikers? I forget what they were called, but I wonder if we'll get one of those as a figure too, because they're basically like a new remodeled Viacon, so I feel like we should. But yeah, does look neato. And again, these aren't really blast compatible. Like, there is a teeny tiny space there, but nothing that can really plug into it. But we will go over our articulation here. Take all the weapons away. But yeah, shoulders are on ball joints, and the shoulder hinge is can go up and down too if you really want that. But yeah, ball joints, so you get plenty of motion there. The elbow can go to 90 degrees, and it does have a bicep swivel. Not really any motion in the wrist. They do move for transformation, but yeah, they're kind of locked in robot mode. You do get a full 360 at the waist. Head is on a ball joint, kind of restricted because they made his neck pretty big, but you do get some movement there. The hips are also on ball joints. You do get 90 degrees at the knee, and you do get some good ankle tilt here. And you can kind of move the foot down due to the transformation joint. And if you really want, you can unpeg the back of the leg like this to give him a sort of more dynamic pose, like so. It does make his leg look really thin, but it is something you can do if you want. And you also get the thigh swivel, as I'm trying to remember the name of the body part. A little bummed that they didn't include the little extra gimmicks in the like chest and stuff that they did with the prime changer, because the prime changer does have that hidden cog bit here. If I can get the show off. Yeah, they didn't include that. I feel like they did put a little more into the robot design for the prime changer, but they definitely, you know, this one definitely has like more articulation and stuff, but you know, they're both decent figures. So anyway, I think that's about it for the robot mode. So I guess we'll just have to move on to transformation now. So to start, we're going to come here and unpeg his waist. And you're going to bring this whole chest piece up. You want to make sure to fold this piece in like so. And we're going to come here to the back and just sort of pop that up and flip this part out. Actually, I think we gotta feel like I'm missing something because it's usually there's like a way to make sure that you can get this through. Yeah, I know what I'm doing wrong. Hey, come on, go back over. Do that. Flip this out first so that you have enough clearance, then fold all this up. There we go. Hold that back in, and then this will come and form that top hood of the car, sort of. Come back here, and we're gonna straighten out his feet and use that joint to bring them down. You're gonna want to fold in the heels, although they are already folded in because it's really easy for them to rotate in. And then we're gonna bring these, untab the back of the leg and bring this forward, and you can see there's a little tab right here that's gonna go into his shin, like so, and like so, and just sort of tab the legs together. Then you want to fold the waist, hip area down, and then you're gonna sort of break his back here to scrunch it together to form the top of that car. And then we're going to come here to the arms. Lower this a little bit. And you're going to sort of pop open the arm. There we go. And then you can see that the wrist is just on a swivel. Rotate that in. Close it up. Rotate it to the side. And actually, before we do that, we're going to sort of straighten this out. There we go. Get that clipped in. And so yeah, bring this all together. And why is that untabbing itself? I don't know why. But you can do the the mistransformation scene. Sort of, hang on, I'll bring this in real quick because I want to show this off. Okay, so yeah, so far they've all been able to recreate their mistransformations from the movie, so I wanted to show that off real fast. But anyway, finishing this up, just gonna open up that other hand, rotate it in, close it up. Then you're just sort of gonna take this hinge, and you can see it fold in and scrunch up. And there's a tab here that'll plug into his shoulder. And just get that scrunched in there. And then that will tab into his leg. Why is this doing that? Shouldn't be doing that. Anyway. There you go. Oh, and there is this tab right here that goes into his like hip right there, just for extra security. Come on. Yeah, well, that's as good as it's gonna get. But there we have him in his car mode. And from the front, it definitely looks very nice and sleek, but it does kind of have some gappage from the side. And of course you can, you know, see the folded up robot underneath, but that's not terribly surprising. But yeah. And as far as rolling, he does not roll. Yeah, it doesn't like to fit together, apparently. just had all this tabbed in. God. Now, the design of the car is very nice, but the execution is a little iffy. But yeah, anyway. And then as far as the storage, and I totally forgot to mention this, you can store these on his back in robot mode, because this is his backpack piece right there. As you can see, they both have these little tabs. They can go there. So you can store them there on his back in robot mode, and they also store in vehicle mode there, as well as here on the leg section. So you have some options there. And then this, the big gun, you just take that side tab and you can plug it into his arm door and have that on the side there. So you have some options as far as storage goes. But let's do a couple more size comparisons. Okay, so here we have a round of size comparison, aka what do I have in vehicle mode nearby. So here we have him next to Age of the Primes and Megatronus. And we have him next to the Walmart Retro Bumblebee. Just do it on this side. That's gonna bug me. And here we have him with the recent Studio Series Bumblebee movie, Bumblebee retool / reissue. Solus Prime. The Prime Changer Bumblebee. And I gotta be honest, I think I prefer the Prime Changer a little bit more. Like, this one's a decent figure and the articulation is good, but I like the colors and the vehicle mode better on this one, especially considering there's no like giant gap in the side. Like, that's definitely a few points off. So there's that. And last but not least, we gotta get in our other main cast members. Yeah. But yeah, and they do look good together. Now, if only we could get Alita 1. They are really giving Alita 1 the short straw. She's not even getting her first figure until after the movie's been out for a year, because that's not coming out till October apparently, and the movie came out in September. So really giving her the short straw. Oop, almost took away the wrong one. Well, yeah, overall a decent figure, and this is part of the A-list along with Devastation Optimus. So, you know, if you want to wait until this goes on sale, it will inevitably do that, because this is one that they're just going to keep restocking over and over. I think it's okay enough that it's okay to pay full price, but this is definitely one that you can wait for a sale on. You're not going to miss out, because it's just going to keep popping up. So it's really up to you if you want to get it now at regular price or wait and see how far the discounts go. But overall, if I were to give this guy a number rating, I think a 6.5, maybe a 7, but I feel like the big gap, the fact that he does not sit flush, the fact that like they didn't really make him blast compatible when they really should have, it really would have been easy enough. And honestly, the darker sort of bronzish rather than the more bright golden that we get with, like, I don't really like the darker tone. It feels less, I don't really know. I think he should have been brighter, but that one's a bit more of a nitpick. But yeah, I feel like they left out some of the better parts of the prime changer for this one. So, I think he could have been a bit better. He's not terrible, but he could have been better. But that's just my personal opinion. You are welcome to disagree with it. And overall, I don't think he's a terrible figure. I do like the robot mode a lot more than the vehicle, though. But yeah, I think that's about it for this particular review. So, yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and wrap things up. And, yeah, this is Soul Prime 13 saying transform and soul out.